backpacks. Now the Mets did the same thing. And so this ban actually starts on May 20th. So we're talking a week from today that the Mets ban on backpacks is going to take place. And I think it's going to negatively affect. What about moms with their diaper bags for their kids and this and that? And I'll tell you what, they allow ladies with big purses, but they don't allow backpacks, which really is, it's kind of semantics. It doesn't make a lot of sense. So maybe those coming from work have to bring their backpack, or I should say bring their laptops and put them in a giant bag of sorts, just like a lady's purse that they're allowing to come into the park. Not really sure how that one's going to work, but it looks like the Mets fans who are already starving for attention, because let's face it, the Mets are not really that great of a team. They're sitting in third place under 500. The Mets are also in trouble as well with their fan base. Anyway, folks, we're out of time here on The Circus. Until next time, I'm your Ringmaster Sal. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for NFL Hall of Famer and College Football Hall of Famer Mike Haynes from the Oakland Raiders. And we'll see you then right back here on your favorite station. Till then, so long, everyone.
Attention business owners, you and your customers are listening to this commercial right now. Face it, every business needs customers, even yours. The Sports Circus is a primetime nationally syndicated program that's carried on ABC, NBC, CNBC, and Westwood One News affiliates, plus CBS, Fox, and NBC sports affiliates across North America, with coverage from Hawaii to New York. Also, the Sports Circus is available to the 180 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, and the Sports Circus gets about 4 million website visitors per month, which could click through your website and bring sales. The Sports Circus provides great content featuring celebrity guests from sports and entertainment to our audience every weekday, which your company could greatly benefit from by increasing your visibility, foot traffic, eyeballs to your website, and calls from potential customers. Call us right now at 702-799-9935. Again, 702-799-9935, or email us at info@thesportscircus.com. That's info@thesportscircus.com. Drive your sales today by advertising with the Sports Circus.
It's time for Age of Being 2020 with Barbara Matthews, a show about successful aging, helpful services, and simplifying the complicated with practical solutions. And now, here's your host, Barbara Matthews.
Welcome to Age of Being 2020, a program dedicated to solving the challenges of senior care and aging. I'm Barbara Matthews, your host and author of the book, Old Age, The Paradox of Physical Decline and Spiritual Greatness. Each week, we introduce a helpful service, explain practical options, and simplify the complicated, all to help you and your family find good care, find affordable care, put your children's minds at peace, knowing you are okay, and help you live your best life. For more information or to reach me directly, call 951-428-4099. Today, we are talking about somewhat of a scary subject. More than 1 in 3 people over the age of 65 fall every year. That's really a huge percentage, and that's scary because we all know falling can lead to a trip to the hospital, a broken hip, months of rehabilitation, even a disability. And fortunately, there are some simple, practical things we can all do to significantly reduce the likelihood of falling. We're going to talk about a few of those in a moment, and we're going to talk about a few more toward the end of the show. But there is one best thing we can do, one awesome, almost works all the time, great thing we can do, and I have such an expert here today to talk about that. She is Lisa Harris. I'm going to introduce her in just a few minutes. But first, I want to mention some of those things we can do to help prevent a fall. And this is particularly important to adult children. If you've got older parents and any of these situations, it's aware for you to be extra diligent in looking out for your parents, especially if there's been any new medication, Well, let me just go through the list. First of all, if we've got some failing eyesight, some cataract problems, some vision problems of any kind, even if there's hearing loss, and certainly reflexes at 80 are not what they were at 30. So if any of those are the situation, you are at higher risk for falling. And did you know that diabetes, heart disease, problems with your thyroid, nerves, feet, or blood vessels can affect your balance? If your blood pressure drops too much or too quickly when you get up from sitting or lying down, that can be a cause for falling. So if blood pressure is an issue for parents, maybe just advise them, reinforce that they need to get up slowly, hold on to the arms of that chair, just make sure they're steady on their feet before they turn loose the chair and begin to walk around. Some medications can make you feel dizzy, make you more likely to fall. So reinforce with your parents to look at that label on the medication to see if that's one of the side effects. And then there's a lot of the obvious kind of trip hazards, power cords, throw rugs, even street curbs are easy to trip over. Here's another one you might not have thought of. Let's say you live several states away from an older parent. They're coming to visit you, which is something that doesn't happen very often. And when they wake up in your bedroom, in your home, it's going to be unfamiliar. It's not their bedroom and their bed. So they could feel a little bit confused about where they are. So maybe you want to try to get to their room first thing in the morning to help them get out of bed safely. Remind them where they are. They're staying with you in your home. And just make sure there's certainty and stability before they begin to walk around alone. But no matter what the cause of a fall, there is one thing and the most important thing you can do to prevent it. So I'm going to introduce Lisa Harris to you. She's a best-selling author and an award-winning entrepreneur. She's a registered dietitian, a fitness professional, and an international speaker. She has written for Shape Magazine, Men's Fitness, and published 2 books. You're looking at one of them if you've got the video, Building Your Enduring Fitness, Age-Defying Strategies That Boost Your Vitality. And her second book is titled Empowering You, Transforming Lives, which is actually a #1 international bestseller right now. She is owner and president of Enduring Fitness for You. She is a former college professor with a Master of Science in Foods and Nutrition. She is a registered dietitian with the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. She holds multiple certifications in fitness, exercise science, personal training, and senior fitness. Currently, she teaches yoga and strength training for older adults in Temecula, and she is a certified GeriFit instructor. That's a really important title, and I'm going to ask her to explain more about that to us in just a minute. She has helped hundreds of older adults get stronger through strength training and nutrition coaching. Her purpose is to empower people to live out their lives with as much well-being and independence as possible. And that's what I'm about, and that's why she's here. That was a really long and impressive introduction, Lisa. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Barbara. Great to be here. Thank you.
So the #1 thing that an adult can do to prevent falls is to what?
They want to keep their core strong. A lot of their major muscle groups related to the trunk. That would be your glutes, your booty, your quads, your muscles that are deep inside the trunk of your body. And those are the ones that help us to be stable and to be able to stand up, get up if you're in a chair or if you happen to go down to the ground.
Okay, so your core is the same thing as your trunk. So that would be from your neck through your hips to the bottom of your hips. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if that part, I know we were having this conversation earlier. So even if your legs are really, really strong, if that trunk, which carries an awful lot of weight of your body, is not strong, you can topple over those legs. Those legs can be strong, but you could topple over, is what I understand.
Correct. Yes, it's correct. And it's all attached. We can't forget about that. It's all attached. And so if you are weaker in the top part, then definitely a tumble can happen. And the best you can hope for at that point is that you can put a leg out or a hand to stop the fall.
Okay. So what does it mean to strengthen the core? I think you kind of talked about that a little bit, calling out the muscle groups, but give us some more detail about what that means to strengthen your core and how you would do that.
Okay. Well, to strengthen your core, it's not doing a bunch of sit-ups. It's not that at all. The core is really the deep muscles in this area, and you can strengthen those by doing some body work that also strengthens your lower body. For example, squats and lunges, very basic exercises you can do without going to a gym or without using any kind of weights or straps or anything. Those not only strengthen your legs, but also, again, your glutes and then your core.
And what are glutes?
So your glutes, that's what I call the booty. Those are the ones we sit on.
Okay.
Your glutes, right? Very important for extending the leg back behind us, and important in walking and standing up.
Well, I think women probably typically have lower body strength. Men typically have that upper body strength that's helpful for keeping the trunk strong. But, if you've got a bad knee or a bad hip, I don't think I could get into a squat if I had to. So what else can we do to strengthen our trunks, Lisa?
You can do other exercises that are more gentle on your joints. For example, you could simply do something where you're sitting in a chair and then you're standing up and then you're sitting back down. So again, it's going to help your trunk. It's also going to help your upper leg muscles. And if you get good at that, then what I encourage my people to do is to start doing that without pushing with your hands. If you can get everything strong enough, then you can stand up by yourself, and that's even better.
Okay, so if you're a bit weak or haven't done this in a while, sit in a stable chair that doesn't move easily.
Correct.
That has arms.
Right. Or if you have a chair that does move, back it up against a wall.
Okay.
Or a stable cabinet or something so that it doesn't move.
Okay. And then just practice standing up and sitting
Practice
down.
standing up, right.
And as you get stronger, then I won't have to push myself up with my arms after a while?
That is correct.
Oh.
Something else you could do are wall push-ups. So it's a version of a push-up, but you're not pushing as much body weight because you're standing about a foot from the wall. And that will build up your triceps and your trunk. So our triceps, those are the pushing muscles. So we definitely want to keep those straight. And that's a really good exercise that you can do with a wall, or even, again, a countertop or a sink top area on an island or something.
Okay, so do I face the wall?
You're going to face the wall. So a wall push-up, you're going to face the wall. Your feet are about 12 inches away, or maybe a little less, about hip width apart. Your hands, are directly in front of your shoulders.
Okay.
So not too high, just directly in front. And you want to visualize there's a board that's attached to the back of your head that goes past your shoulder blades and rests on your tailbone. So when you when you dip into the wall, you're going straight into it without sticking your nose out, your chin out. Your head is just following your body straight in. And when you push up, you're really using your muscles here in the back of your arm.
Okay, those triceps are between the elbow and the shoulder.
Correct.
On the back side of the arm.
Backside, right.
Okay.
And if you get good at those, to make it even more difficult, you can step back a couple inches, or you can put your hands together into like a diamond, and that really, you'll really feel that in those triceps back there.
So when you say into a diamond, you mean let your first index fingers touch and your thumbs touch?
Correct.
Okay, and then with the hands up against the wall.
Hands together, yes.
Okay. And does this work for both men and women?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Why is it so important for older adults to worry about strength training?
We start losing muscle mass and strength in our 30s. And in fact, the statistics show that we lose about 3 to 8% of our muscle mass per decade after age 30. And by the time you get to your 60s, 70s, and 80s, we have a condition called sarcopenia, which is a great loss of muscle strength. And that becomes a huge problem along with the various things that you mentioned, medications, chronic diseases, eyesight, all of those things. And a senior, an older person, will start to move less. And the less you move, the weaker the muscles become. And that becomes kind of a spiral downward. So I tell my clients and people I work with in my classes that walking is great for a lot of things. But if you want to build strength, you've got to do strength training.
I think that's an excellent point. And one of the things I've noticed too in working with seniors is because if they do feel a bit unsteady, there's a reluctance to go out because, heaven forbid, you do not want to fall. And with that overprotection of yourself, I understand that's where you're getting to the isolating yourself. You don't want to risk anything serious. We're going to go to break in a moment, and when we do come back, I'm going to ask Lisa to explain what it means to be a certified Jerry Fit instructor and why that's important for a senior to know about.
You've been listening to The Age of Being 2020 with Barbara Matthews. We'll return right after this. Do you know an older adult who seems to have no purpose in life? Children are grown and gone, health problems limit a social life, driving has become difficult, loneliness and boredom are not unusual for older adults. One of the best gifts you can give them, or give yourself to help them, is a book titled Old Age, The Paradox of Physical Decline and Spiritual Greatness. It explains that although one's physical body is declining in old age, one's spirit is growing stronger, wiser, greater. There's new purpose and new meaning in aging. Go to Amazon.com. Look for the book titled Old Age, The Paradox of Physical Decline and Spiritual Greatness by elder care advocate and author Barbara Matthews, and order it today. That's Barbara Matthews, Old Age, The Paradox of Physical Decline and Spiritual Greatness.
Hey guys, this is Andrew Caravella. Just wanted to let you know that KCAA has a new listener line for all of you that have a phone. Now you can listen to KCAA in the grocery store, in the doctor's office, or when you want to pretend you're on the phone with someone just so that creeper will leave you alone. Call 720-835-3099 today and listen to your favorite KCAA radio shows. That number again, 720-835-3099. KCAA Radio, the station that leaves no caller or listener behind.
If you're looking for a full or part-time sales position and you have radio, TV, or print media experience, KCAA has a great opportunity waiting for you that pays the highest commissions in the market. KCAA is the only station in the IE that broadcasts on 3 frequencies, so advertisers receive 3 ads for 1 low rate. This makes KCAA a must-buy for every local business. If you're interested in a sales position with us, email ceo@kcaaradio.com.
And now, more of The Age of Being 2020 with Barbara Matthews.
Welcome back to Age of Being 2020, the program dedicated to solving the challenges of Senior Care and Aging. For more information, call 951-428-4099. I'm Barbara Matthews, and today we're talking with Lisa Harris, international speaker, fitness professional, author of Building Your Enduring Fitness, Age-Defying Strategies that Boost Your Vitality. Lisa, welcome back. I wanted to ask you, what is a certified GeriFit instructor?
GeriFit is a program, an exercise program specifically for older adults. It's developed by strength training professionals as well as physical therapists, and it starts with people doing chair exercises as well as some standing exercises. It's important because it's specifically for older adults. And most of the people in my classes now are in their 70s and 80s. You have to be certified, you have to be trained, and then you have to recertify every so many years to keep that certification.
So this is additional training, expertise, experience in an older, aging body with its chronic conditions, with its possible frailties, medical conditions, understanding what's safe and what's maybe not safe for an older adult to do.
Exactly. And so I spend a lot of time making sure that people in the class have their body positions correct. If they've got a shoulder problem, then I'm looking for, don't do this, put the weights down, try this. Yes. Again, it comes with the territory, all of the problems and conditions that we have to worry about with these clients.
Can an older adult be too old to start building muscles?
Generally, no. So research is showing you can build muscle well into your 80s. I have a 92-year-old in my class that she gets along just fine. People believe that, but it is not true. Not at all.
Okay. Do muscles develop the way they do when you're younger?
No. Another no. Unfortunately, muscles will get stronger, but it might take a person in their 30s 4 to 6 weeks to start noticing some changes in their muscle strength as well as size. It takes twice as long for a senior, so it takes about 12 weeks. And when I work with clients privately, I try to get them to commit to at least a 3-month program so that we can start seeing those improvements and not so they don't get discouraged after a couple of weeks or a few weeks.
Is it dangerous in any way for an older adult to start an exercise program? Is it specifically strength training, to lift weights in particular?
That's a great question. There are some risks with all exercise. However, the general consensus is that the benefits outweigh the risks for most people. Now, anybody who is had some major chronic health problems. For example, I have had clients that I've started working with a couple months after open heart surgery. I require a note from a doctor in that case. Okay. However, there are very few conditions where a doctor would not recommend that an older person start exercising.
Okay, so it is good to get the doctor's permission.
It is. If they've got a chronic condition, and 80% of people over age 65 do have at least one chronic condition, so it's always great to get a little bit of an okay, just in case there are some precautions we need to be careful from.
Okay, so chronic condition, this is something like arthritis, high blood pressure,
osteoporosis, diabetes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that would be something you'd want to double check with the doctor about. It's okay to do the strength training. I would think it'd be safer to do strength training than arobics. It
has to be done correctly, and it can be, but again, we usually have our people start off with 1 or 2 pound weights, so it's very, it's not aggressive at all.
Okay, so wow, interesting. So as light as 1 or 2 pounds versus maybe a man might want to start with a heavier weight?
A man might want to start with a 3 pound weight.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you determine that, and why such light weight?
We do light weights because it's a 45-minute program, and probably close to half of that is upper body using weights, and there is a lot of movement, And so we need to make sure that they're not getting too tired. Especially when they start, if they work too much, then we're not only going to send them home with muscle weakness, we're going to send them home with joint weakness, and that's something we don't want. So just generally speaking, it's about 1 or 2 pounds for women and more than that for men. Men generally have much more muscle strength than women. It has to do with their hormones and body size and everything.
Okay, lighter weights, more repetitions of movement, I guess.
Right.
Okay.
And in fact, if somebody doesn't have weights, you could grab a can of green beans, it's almost a pound, and walk around the house with that, and that's a great way to get started with strength training.
Oh, that's a great idea. Grab 2 equal cans of peas, equal weighted cans of peas, and just do your exercises.
Or just start by walking, literally, just hang them by your side and walk around with them.
Interesting. So how many days a week should someone do resistance training or strength building?
The recommendation is at least 2 days a week, and those need to be non-consecutive. You need to give the muscles chance to relax in between days. And if you were to go 3 days a week, the same thing. So maybe a Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, something like that. But generally, twice a week is going to be adequate for most older folks.
My husband is a bodybuilder, and I've heard him talk about waiting a day for your body to recover. Does an older person need more time to recover?
No, again, just that 48 hours. And if somebody wanted to do strength training daily, they could. You could do lower body one day, you could do the next day upper body, and lower body the next day, as opposed to giving yourself a day off. So you give the muscle groups 48 hours to rest.
Okay. So if I can lift cans of peas, I probably don't need dumbbells unless I need more weight. Or, well, do I have to go to a gym? Should I go to a gym?
You don't have to go to a gym. There are easy exercises you can do at home. In addition, there are lots of programs available for seniors that are not inside a gym. The YMCA, the Senior Center usually has some kind of exercise programs for seniors. So people don't, well, and in addition, if you did want to go to a gym, a lot of people have supplemental Medicare coverage that will allow them to go to the gym and partake in exercise classes, yoga, using the machines at no cost. But it is possible to do exercises at home.
Is that Silver Sneakers?
Silver Sneakers. There's another program called Silver and Fit.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about food for a minute. What about diet? Does it matter what you're eating if you're trying to build strength?
It absolutely does, and that's a great question because people don't think about it. They're just thinking about, I'm going to get my weights and start pumping them. We have to provide nutrition. It's just like you have to put gas and oil in your car. We have to provide the building blocks for our bodies to build muscles, and that's primarily going to be protein. I work with my clients extensively to get them to get enough protein into their diet, especially spread out through the day. So it's not just a steak at night and coffee and a sweet roll for breakfast. We need to get some kind of protein in the morning and then spread it out through the day.
Okay. We're talking with Lisa Harris, author of Enduring Fitness, Building Your Enduring Fitness, Age-Defying Strategies That Boost Your Vitality. It's been a real eye-opening conversation here. Thank you so much, Lisa. I really appreciate all this good information. I have so many more questions, but unfortunately we are out of time at this point. But thank you for sharing all of that wisdom. Look for a Jerry Fit instructor. Lisa, how would somebody get a hold of you or in your company? Do you have like a website or a phone number?
Yes. My website is enduringfitnessforyou.com, and my phone number is area code 951-533-2612.
951-533-2612.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And thank you for listening to Age of Being 2020. For more great resources on senior living, go to Amazon.com and check out my book, Old Age, The Paradox of Physical Decline and Spiritual Greatness. Or to reach me, call 951-428-4099. Next week, I'm going to explain the world of long-term services and support. Now, if all of these different kinds of senior services and different kinds of living situations are extremely confusing to you, this is a time you'll want to listen. I'm going to give you an overview of the entire continuum of care, who does what, explain the differences, and then in future weeks we'll come back and look at the individual providers. But this is going to be a great overview to hear about who does what, to increase your understanding, and to be able to then be able to look at specifics because you understand the whole. Join me next week for Age of Being 2020, helping you live your best life. You're listening to KCAA Radio, simulcast on both AM and FM on the NBC News Radio Network.
You've been listening to The Age of Being 2020 with Barbara Matthews on KCAA. Join us each week as we explore successful aging, helpful services, and simplifying the complicated with practical solutions each week at this time right here on NBC Radio, KCAA, 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM.